All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and I am definitely in the house with something amazing. Right over here, I've got a Sharp by Design, Branado, Tempest custom full dress. I'm gonna check it out in a second, but first of all, a big shout out to my buddy Tim because he's a nice guy, he's amazing. He sent this fella along, so I'm able to share my impressions with you because you don't get to see this pretty much anywhere else. Except on Fablades, and let's check this out. Look at this. All right, this fella comes with this hard case. There's nothing inside beside the knife. Hard shell to protect your beauty. Right over here, would you look at this fella right there? So right over here we got a Tempest full custom, full dress. It doesn't get more dressy than this guy right over here. Yes. Let's check it out. We got a big knife, 10 centimeters for the blade length and 12 for the handle, 22 and a half overall length. If you use Imperial system, you shouldn't. But still, this is going to be a 9-inch long knife. So that's a full-size knife, like just to give you an idea. Lambert, which is not a small one, yeah, that's pretty much the size of that. I'm gonna show you some fancy full-dressed knives like a Spectre, a Galaxy, like a Nirvana. I'm gonna show you a Haptic, and I'm gonna show you also like a Duckling, which is right over here. I wanted to not to show in this family picture, why not? Look at that, that is beautiful. Look at this fanciness going on this table, but we are here to check out this beautiful thing right over here. I don't even know where to start. It's a knife, yes. It is beautiful, yes. There's a lot of things going on in this one. I mean, materials are exceptional. Of course, you get a set of Mokutai scales, which have been polished. Look at the ano going on. Look at the colors. Look at the micro milling going on over here. Because you would say, oh, this is just like a flat flush, whatever. No. We got a micro silky milling going on even here in the bolster area. Wavy, more deep and mesmerizing, labyrinthic, hypnotic milling for the central part of these scales. Yeah. I'm just gonna shut up and let you enjoy the gorgeousness going on over here. Look at the layers on the side. This groove, which is exposing the raw titanium underneath the surface, colored by these mesmerizing layers, making this fantastically polished handle by Branado. So yeah, it's an experience, guys. It's something intense, to say the least. Beautifully 3D milled scales, internal skeletonization going on right there. There's a huge lighting pocket right there and a smaller one on the lock side as well. You have a simple construction, custom screw, so don't touch that. It's pressed fit right over here. You need a custom spanner to take this apart, but I wouldn't mess with this. Just send it to Brian. He's gonna take care of you if there's any issues with the knife. I had one instance that he was like very helpful and sent the knife in, he fixed it, and yeah. Amazing service. Simple construction, I was saying, one pivot screw, one body screw going through the backspacer, catching the hidden hardware pocket clip right there. You have no lanyard option for this fella. You have a very short backspacer right over here, nicely indented a little bit. You see, it's not completely flush, just goes inside a little bit, but it doesn't bother me. The tip of the blade is safely recessed. You're not gonna be able to touch or damage your finger. If you want, like, you can't. So it's safely recessed. We can say that. We have titanium tip-up carry only, deep carry, pocket clip, not reversible. With it's stiff. You see the entrance and exiting ramp. It's how it's supposed to be. It's gonna look good in the pocket. I'm telling you. Also, there is a deep pocket for the pocket clip. Look at that. It's indented. It's recessed into that. It's not resting on the lock bar, of course, so it's not adding an extra pressure right over here, but just on the scale, which is how you're supposed to do. And there's a deepened pocket, so it sits a little bit lower, and it's gonna be reducing the overall profile in the pocket. Amazing. Just check this little detail here, guys. This is the lock bar relief cut, and it's made with 4 cuts to kind of like camouflage that into these milled lines, executed masterfully. Look at that. Look at that detail. So here's where the springy tension of this lock bar to allow the bar to go in and lock in place the blade. Very, very well executed. I love it very much. It's a fantastic work of art for this handle. Stainless steel lock face insert is screwed in from the outside. It goes here. It's extended, outside of the lock bar to give you a little bit more real estate right here to catch the lock bar and disengage the blade. Very, very nicely done. Look at that. If you notice, the detent is also the detent ramp. There's no detent hard step catching kind of thing. It just goes on and that's it. No hard step whatsoever. Extremely smooth closing action. It's fantastically well put together, guys. Let's just check this Damas steel deeply etched blade. It has a nice jimping, absolutely functional, pretty long. Little bit of chamfer right next to the jimping, which pretty much stops right here at this point, as you can see. Where? Just where the swedge starts and reaches the tip of the blade right there. It's pretty symmetrical, a little bit higher on this side, but we're talking like ridiculously small amounts. I believe this is a very, very shallow hollow grind. It feels like that. You have definitely 30% belly straight edge up to the sharpening choil. It's not really a finger choil because of the design and the shape of the flipper tab right over here. So you kind of can use it, but not really. It's more like sharpening choil. Flipper tab, nicely chamfered, pointy, of course. I don't know if Nick Shabazz would love that. You definitely are not going to deploy this with a push button, but definitely you're gonna rather use a light switch deployment method like this way. I wanna see how thick is the stock. It's 4 millimeters, and behind edge this thing is 0.4, so super thin behind edge, nicely ground. Good job grounding this thing, which is centered, and the swedge right over here. It's you can kind of sharpen this thing. It's it's just gorgeous. It's lovely. What is lovely also, guys, is the sound. Hear this. A thwack, double clutch action. Clack clack. And when you close this fella, stonk and clack clack. Click. If you are nice and delicate, clack clack and tink. Beautiful double clutch action. It reminds me of the kind of like the V2 Spectres or North Arm Knives Kaha kind of deal. It's lovely. It's a beautiful deployment mechanism. Of course, this fella runs on bearings. What do you expect? You might want to know the weight of this fella as well. Why not? Let's weight it in. This guy's gonna be weighing in at 5 and 18 ounces, so not too bad. It's a big boy. The texturing, it's gonna improve the grippiness of the handle 100%, even if it's still feeling a little bit on the slippery side, but it definitely feels solidly built, no wiggle, no rattling, everything is just rock solid, no misalignment. This thing is dialed in. The ergonomics are fantastic, zero hotspot. I love the design. This is one of my favorite knife looks because of the lines, how they flow, how they are well put together. I truly appreciate this one. I love this Tempest. It's a big boy. It's expensive. It's crazy expensive if you want like a full dress like that. And good luck finding one because they just don't show up. If somebody gets one of these, he's gonna hold on to that because that person knows that's very hard to obtain one of these. So Tim, thanks again for this opportunity to check this bad boy out. It is just gorgeous. There's no drop shot effect. You just gotta have a wiggle to get it close, but I like that. It's just sweet and smooth like so. And I love the sound, the design, the ergos. This is a check knife. Love this fella. So there you have it. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.